Welcome back to the CryptoLabs YouTube channel. Setting ranges, narrow versus wide. Do you set a really tight range or do you go a little wider? Do you earn less fees but earn them for longer, or do you earn more fees but earn them for a shorter period of time? It really comes down to the question of how active do you want to be, and also the charts of the asset, the narrative of the asset, and where things are going. That said, I want to read something that Crypto Phil put in here. If you're on the UIG, head on over to the portfolio review section. You'll get access into literally hundreds of portfolios, depending how far back you want to go. And you can see what people are doing, what people are earning, and how they're doing it. Crypto Phil did an experiment, and I've done experiments like this as well, and I've gotten the same result. But I really want to read this out because there's a lot of value in here. Narrow versus wide. 3 pairs, 6 pools, same amount of investment. So 6 different pools, 3 pairs, different ranges for each, narrow versus wide. Been in the UIG actively from January 1st. I love it, as many of you, which means I do not have time to check my LPs 24/7. Believe it or not, neither do I. I'm busy with business. I'm busy with investing. I'm busy with team. I'm busy with leadership. I'm not always checking my positions. I like to set wider ranges personally, but let's keep going here. This is really, really good. So I decided to reset my whole portfolio. I did read many portfolio reviews, and many of them have full information, so learn from it. Narrow versus wide range is the title of the post, and maybe the reason you're reading this, so let's dig in. I started a new experiment. You'll see 3 different pools, every pair same amount, so same amount of capital, 2 different pools. One was narrow, approximately an 11 to 15% range, so we're talking upside, downside, and one wide range, so basically doubled. My plan was to check them on a daily basis, and the one that was out of range, usually the narrow one, to rebalance just enough to be back in the range to start adding fees. After a total amount of 2 weeks, let's see who the winner is. This is really, really freaking good. You ready? Injective USDC narrow started with $495. It's now worth $427 plus $35 total fees, so that's $462, which gives you a minus of 33. Check this out. Wide range started with $496, fees, etc. Total profit of $31. That is a massive difference on $500 starting capital. Massive. Massive. On wider, people get greedy. They set super tight ranges, and then they wonder why they're not making money, and they're out of range half the time, and they see more impermanent loss, and everything's just more chaotic, and they keep rebalancing, but they're really just locking in those losses. Wider range, yes. SUI USDC, I'm a fan of that. Started with $500, gave him $544 after the experiment. Again, 2 weeks in a narrow range, $44. That's a really good return. That's 10% returns. I love the SUI pools because there's always volume and there's always money to make. Wider ranges started with 500, ended with 573. That's $73. That's well over a 10% return in 2 weeks. Wide range wins. Experiment 3, Pendle and ETH. Narrow started with 617. Today it's 820. So the total profit of $271. Wide range started with 620, etc. Total profit of $298 in 2 weeks on $820. We were big fans of Pendle and ETH. Again, wide range. Wide range wins, and it's more hands-off. And I've ran this experiment many times. Now, the only exception to this rule is if you're really in there 24/7 and you really know the assets, but at that point, you're basically trading. And if the returns are super, super high, you can get away with squeezing out a ton of returns that every time you lock in the impermanent loss, the returns more than make up for it. And again, it was over a 2-week period of time. So food for thought. Why are we getting greedy? Why are we setting tight ranges? You're always chasing. You set wider ranges. You position yourself properly in assets that could also see appreciation. In a perfect world, correlated pairs, and you can do really, really well. Check out the portfolio review section if you haven't yet. If you're not in the UIG, highly recommend you join because we cover this kind of the amount of information and help and support and examples you'll get it'll just help you get there a lot faster, and you won't have to do these experiments yourself. And we're always testing different things. We're always playing with different things, and we're always sharing different positions. So do check that out. And with that said, I hope this got you thinking, and I'm going to get out of here. See you in some other videos.